the Earth, how it appeared, and what happened. So with all these centers, 10 minutes of interesting chronologies of events that began billions of years ago and ended with the present time in which we live. Let's mentally travel back almost 5 billion years ago, and what we will see. Our years doesn't exist, but a new star has already been born. This is our sun surrendered by stardust. It was at this time the most interesting things began to happen. The cosmic dust set in space began to gather, and small stones gradually began to form. This is truly magical and at the same time simple process. It lasted a very long time. Gravity pulled the stone together for millions of years. 4.5 billion years ago, our earth took the shape of a ball, or more precisely the shape of an ellipse. But while the earth was fireball, the temperature on earth exists 1200 degrees Celsius. Only carbon dioxide and nitrogen enveloped the earth. There was no fire, the air consisted of liquid lava, and there were no solid surfaces yet. At the same time, another unexpected event occurred. Almost the same young planet is our Earth under the name Theia. Suddenly headed towards the Earth at the speed of about 15 kilometers per second. A planet the size of Mars was rapidly approaching. Total collision occurred. After just 1000 years, a ring similar to that Saturn formed around the Earth, and after some time a ball with a diameter of about 3000 kilometers appeared from this ring. This is exactly how our moon was born. At the same time the moon was in reality much closer to the Earth. Due to the impact, the rotation of the Earth was very fast, and the day lasted only 6 hours. After 600 million years, meteorites began to fall on the young Earth. These meteorites appeared from the crater of the solar system. Each meteorite contained a small amount of water, continuously fell to the Earth for 20 million years, which later became known as earthly. So, the water we see now on our land and which we use extraterrestrial origin, and the age of this water is million and billion years due to the strong attraction of the moon, which was still at a close distance from the Earth. Small islands appeared everywhere. It was then lava, which had not yet completely cooled. Rock rose to the water and froze due to the huge amount of water. This is how islands began to be created on Earth, which skinty, slated, colored volcanic. 3 billion years later, when our planet became more or less similar to the planet on which we now live, the meteorites continued to fall, but they brought to the Earth not only water. Falling to the bottom of the ocean, meteorite in contact with water began to realize various chemical substances that were created in the process with water and other substances. As a result of the first reaction, microscopic living creatures began to appear. They are single-celled bacteria. This is incredible, but this is exactly how life began to appear. This became a turning point in the history of our planet. But for many hundreds of millions of years, single-celled bacteria didn't change in any way, but it was from the Z colonies of stromatolites were gradually created. The oceans are slowly filled with oxygen, which turns the remnants of lava, meteorites into iron, which will be actively used by humanity in construction. Oxygen gradually collects hours of water and begins to form. It turns out that without these stromatolites, there would never have been anything living. Another 2 billion years pass to the oxygen level on the Earth becomes higher. The rotation of the Earth becomes slower, and the days become longer. 1.5 billion years ago, fiery underwater plates began to separate and emerge from the water. Lifeless hooked rock of Earth, reminiscent of Mars, but almost everything was ready for a new round in the history of Earth for the evolution life. After volcanic activity began on the Earth split into pieces forming new continents. The temperature drops to -15 degrees Celsius and our entire planet is enveloped in ice. Up to 3 kilometers thick ice solder, all sunlight and heat is reflected from the Earth back into space, but permafrost turned out to be not eternal on Earth. The struggle between heat and cold continued for 15 million years, and finally the ice began to melt. Due to the chemical reaction of ice and sun, oxygen increased by another level. The first forms, sponges, and trilobites appeared, which were distant relatives on the first insect. The bacteria are similar to the first monsters of mollusks, Anomalocaris, and were one of the first predators on our years. Trilobites became the favorite food. After some time, another one of the miracles of nature happens. The oxygen that comes out of the ocean enters into a chemical reaction with radiation and begins to form a new gas, ozone. Ozone gradually covers the entire planet and begins to absorb daily radiation. This process lasts 120 million years, and the ozone layer becomes too thick that it no longer allows radiation to reach the surface of the Earth. And after that, 375 million years ago, the first plants begin to appear on Earth, which in turn also begin to realize oxygen, and once the first fish, the Tiktaalik, is already swimming in the water using its fins as paws. 316 million years ago, the migration of living creatures from the sea to land began. Dinosaurs and mammals. At this time, fleas and giant ferns began to cover the ground, forming forest and jungle and had nowhere to rage. But this is only being of the nature of origin. See the continuation of the story in the next video. If you liked the episode, please like and subscribe to our channel.